Welcome to your May reading. Oh, wow. Okay, that's fast. That's so fast, and it makes sense. Someone in your life that's like very different from you is making you feel like royalty. I don't know. They're just, you may not be the kind of similar that you thought you needed to be with someone to feel this way, but you feel it, and it's permanent, kind of like, it's family, it's marriage, it's let's have babies and I don't even know you. Let's get married tomorrow. Let's go to Vegas. It's impulsive, but long term. I'm finally just going to go with my feelings and what makes me feel good. And I don't care anymore if it doesn't fit into that weird checklist that I gave myself years ago, of what it would mean to be a success. No, long-term success and romance for you comes when you step away from the list. We've talked about that a lot, but there's no way to force a cat to do anything. Cats have to do things when they want to. It's the only way for them. Cats are so serious by nature, even when they're playful. There is this intensity and this focus. You can't explain something to a cat. You can only put signs up, and they can either read the signs or not read the signs. And if they're super smart, they start reading the signs and taking note, and they feel it. They feel the progress themselves, and they're like, oh, I like this sign, this worked for me, I'll follow more of these kind of signs. That's the only way to really get next to a Leo and have them, before you can teach them anything or help them in any way, they have to trust you. They have to know that your philosophy on life is like theirs. They have to know that what you're telling them comes from the same place as it comes from within them, this need for a good life. It's not just about having a partner. It's not just about having money. It's not just about being beautiful. It's all of it. It's about having a good life. It's about quality of life. It's about elevating past the list that you thought was the end all be all of success. You know what I'm saying? So on one hand, you guys are getting very serious but impulsive about your seriousness. And on the other hand, there are people who are realizing that, like, no matter how much they've tried, no matter how much they've worked at it, they just can't make it work. It's just not working, and if it's just not working, this is more for people like who a long term just been trying and trying. It's just not working. And Jupiter moves into Aries, and if you got a Leo rising, that's your house of love. You need to watch your rising sign, especially when we start talking about the houses. If you're watching your sun sign, that's awesome, and it'll give you a lot of insight into your personality and your motivation for doing things. But when we're talking about the rising, we're talking about the houses. We're talking about the transits moving through the houses. So it's really important. So for Leo rising, your Jupiter in Aries, that's your house of love. That's someone very different from you. That's something very different. So those of you who are stuck in something that's too much the same, and it's been too much the same, it won't stop being the same. It's like a flower, the way these flowers close because the sun is going down. You're tired of being the closed flower. You don't want it anymore. For some of you, this is a job that doesn't make sense anymore. For a lot of you, this is a partner that doesn't make sense anymore. For some of you, this is an education that doesn't make sense anymore. A physical regime that doesn't make sense anymore. Some bad habit that you can't tolerate it anymore within yourself. That's the only time Leos change, is when they want to change. Nothing changes with the Leo without their permission. It's the externalities, honestly, they bounce off you. You're just too strong for it. You've got to decide. And then your emotions and everything else follow suit, and you've decided that you want to change. The only risk you run here is shining so bright that you're kind of domineering with others. But it's not that big of a risk. Just when you see other people get excited about something, give them space to have their opinions and think what they think and say what they say. Give them the space. When you feel this good and you're shining this bright, it's easy to kind of blot other people out. Don't do it. Just when you see somebody else having a different opinion or also wanting to join in, let them. Give them the space. Make room for them. You have more than enough. Don't bully people emotionally when you're all the way up here, because this is where you're at and you're just going, inshallah, up and up and up. So be as kind and magnanimous as you possibly can. Now, when it comes to relationships that you want to hold on to, that you really want to keep, and you're worried that they just don't work anymore and you're not enough or they're not enough or whatever it is, it's just not enough. If this is where you're at, then you have to realize that keeping it going or having something more with this person or with this job or whatever it is, keeping it spicy is it's your responsibility now. If you want to stay, you can make it spicy, you know, bring something new to it, or you can leave. Either one is okay, but this, like, this crab behavior, it's not you. Stop living in this 12th house. Like, you don't need to do this. You just say it how it is, okay? And then on the 10th, we have Mercury going retrograde. After the 22nd, you just, on the 10th, things go retrograde. Mercury goes retrograde, and you're just kind of like, Lasai, peak Taurus season behavior. Everyone's just all horns and meanness and harshness, and you know, there's like this material harshness to fixed earth, which fixed fire doesn't have, and it can be really off-putting. It's this it's almost like it's primal, but I think to a Leo's delicate sensibilities, it can be kind of like guttural, even. Just disengage. Like, it's just, no, we're too good for this. May 22nd, you have a day where you just decide, you just, like, occurs to you out of nowhere, like, you know what, things have to be way more about me. My money is mine to spend on me. This is what I'm doing now. I want to invest in myself. And it's this, like, really freeing moment for you on the 22nd, where you realize that, like, it's okay to be that way. For a lot of you, you were that way, and then maybe it was the pandemic, maybe it was something else, maybe it was a breakup, whatever it was, maybe it was like a job that fell through, but you just, like, started thinking like, oh, I have to be more frugal, and I have to, but on the 22nd, something clicks with you, and you're like, fuck it, it's a mindset. No, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna spend that money. I'm gonna buy that thing. Between the 12th and the 14th, you have the Sun and the North Node in conjunction. That in Taurus. You're the center, you're the star, love-wise, work-wise, everything. It's just boom, 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 big offers, big famous offers, big corporations, big deals. You know, this is that ambitious Capricorn energy. It's just, it's so strong. It's professional it's professional fame. It's time to spruce it up. Spruce up your image, spruce up your wardrobe, spruce up your bio, spruce up your LinkedIn, your internet profile. Get a haircut, get new headshots. Whatever you do, do it again, because the level up that's coming, you want to be prepared. You want to have, listen to me. I decided a year ago, Vedic Leo moon, I need this kind of outfit on the ready just in case this happens. I need this kind of outfit on the ready just in case that happens. Can I tell you, as I bought the things for the just in cases started happening. And it reminded me of that time that I went to the lingerie shop, and this woman said to me, you should buy this. You know, your boyfriend will really like it. And I said, once I have a boyfriend, I'll come back and buy this. And she said, no, you don't understand how it works. First you buy the lingerie, then the boyfriend comes. Yes, bitch, I finally get what you mean. Very much Tao Te Ching. Yes, I got you. I got you. Now it's you. You need an outfit for that professional interview. You need an outfit for that person that you want to go on that first date with, and you want to knock their socks off. You want an outfit for if you happen to be proposed to, or if you happen to go to a fancy dinner where you might get proposed. Rack it up. It's fine. Spruce it up. Spruce everything up. Because as you do it, you're giving in even more to that energy that the universe is throwing out at you. Like, you want this, you can have it. You want this, and you're looking back at the universe like, I'm dressed for it. Not only do I want it, not only am I getting it, mashallah, I'm dressed for it. We're already here. Do you understand? So, now, you're moving that way anyway. You're confident. You're optimistic. On the 16th is this lunar eclipse, and you have to be careful with it because your emotions and your intuition go through the roof. Don't say anything. No matter what you feel on the 16th, don't say anything. just wait and observe. The only thing, Leo, that you have to do in May is get out of your comfort zone professionally, financially, make those big moves, say no to the offers that are not good enough for you, buy the things for the wardrobe, for the person that you are becoming, and sit back and let these clowns fight each other. Let them pierce each other with these paper horns that everybody takes on in Taurus season. Let them do whatever they're going to do. Your path to stardom, fame, fortune, marriage, family, whatever it is, your path is so clear and has nothing to do with what anybody else is doing in May. Keep to yourself, shine it up, spruce it up, ready yourself financially, wardrobe wise, accessory wise, hair wise, everything, makeup wise. You know what I'm saying? Update that foundation, update that hair, everything. Reflect what you know is coming for you. You should not in May be in a position where you're standing in front of your closet looking for something to wear for this really important thing that popped up. Because if you are doing that sometime in May, remember my face right now. What did I tell you? Do you remember what I told you? That's why we're here. Go get that stuff. Everything that you invest in now, if it's directed at you, will come back to you, inshallah, tenfold. Just do it. Just do it. Let me show you the sunset. I love you. Let's look at these cards. Hi, Leo. Welcome to the second part of your reading. Let's take a closer look at this Empress and Queen of Pentacles at the beginning. It's kind of telling you everything I was saying at the end, right? Excuse me. You've had this image in your head for a while and you've been working towards getting on the same page emotionally with that self-image. I think instinctively you've known when those two things aligned that you would see the manifestation of this in your reality. And most of you have. For many of you, there has been great progress in work, which of course is added to your self-esteem. But I think it's also very, very satisfying to look in the mirror and see that your plan is coming together and that your effort isn't in vain. Now, it's just time to think that way, but longer term. So the goals that you've had, the goals you've reached, what's the long-term version of that goal? If, for example, we're talking about health and wellness, does your diet or exercise regimen stand the test of time? Is it something you could do for a long time? If we're thinking in terms of work and making money, do you do something that makes you money while you're sleeping? Whether it's selling something or investing or something automated? Or do you have to work physically for each cent? Because if that's the case, then you'll have to work forever. These are the thoughts that begin to preoccupy you, especially as we move into the retrograde on the 10th. You need things to be sensible long-term, and that includes partnerships, friendships, love interests. It's one thing to tolerate someone when you feel like you have all the time in the world. It's another when every moment feels precious and finite. All of a sudden you start looking at the people around you in terms of value, very much a Taurus season attribute. Do these people bring value to your life, or do they only take? And if they are adding value, what kind of value are they adding? Are they filling cups that are already overflowing while others sit empty? It becomes very obvious this month what parts of you people feed and what parts they starve. which all just prompts you to turn towards yourself and feed yourself, focus on yourself, buy for yourself, plan for yourself, work on yourself, be disciplined for yourself. And ironically, it makes you less and less selfish. You feel less and less concerned with yourself because all your needs are being met. You're getting all the attention you need from you. And this sort of unevolved Leo persona falls away. You find yourself moving slowly, methodically, through these mental somersaults. You want more meaning, but now you've got to decide how much you're willing to risk for it. For some of you, this means risking your cultural norms. This means taking a risk on somebody outside of your safety, right? Outside of your safety zone. For some of you, it's traveling, maybe for work. And for others, it's making a friend or taking up a hobby that puts you very far outside of your element. There are two benefits of this. One, it builds your self-esteem. You realize how capable you are, even in arenas where you have no prior experience. And two, it opens you up to a whole nother subset of people that you otherwise would never have met. And like every other group of people you meet, they love you. So it's not about adding to your fan club, but it is about being affirmed out there in the world by people who are nothing like you and yet find you personable and are welcoming. There are many ways to feel at home in the world, and it doesn't always have to be in somebody's arms. And a lot of you are perhaps not willingly going along with that, but you're finding your way there. And for those of you who are already in the midst of taking a big risk in one way or another, just know that these risks are being rewarded. You throwing off your cautious cat nature brings great rewards. Don't be skittish. Take the risks. Move forward. If you have feelings, put your doubts aside, put your misgivings aside. In the I Ching, it says, for once in your life, put everything you have into something and see what happens. You may as well try. There is so much that can go so very right now for you. Your choices are inspired. Now, for those of you who are specifically dealing with a Sagittarius or a Taurus, it's very easy to intuit that these two are wanting to settle down. They want more. They want something deeper. They want things to move very, very fast. Now, you have to be very careful with both these energies if they want to move fast. Generally, if they want to move fast, it's because of something else. It doesn't necessarily have to be something bad. But I wouldn't let them rush you either. Especially if either one of them has given you some sort of indication that they have an agenda in the past. Regardless, after Mercury retrograde, you shouldn't be making any big decisions for at least the next 25 days. So whatever they may come to you with, whatever the offer is, table it for now and just observe. If you're dealing with the Capricorn energy down below, they want everyone to win. They want you to win. They want them to win. They want everyone to win. But if you are the weakest link on their team, which is kind of how they look at everybody, then you may find them to be very domineering and obnoxious at this time, to the point where you may not want to be around them anymore. But we'll talk more about the signs and the dynamics between them and you in the extended. The links are below. Also, there's a link to a Los Angeles event on July 7th, which will include a live podcast. I love you, love you.